Yeah, hey there, it's Paul here from freedomtraderpro.com. Now in this video, I want to explain what is a fair value gap in Forex. Okay, now before I kind of show you what it is on the charts, I want to explain what somebody explained to me about what a fair value gap, or another word for fair value gap, is actually called imbalance. Now, if you imagine taking a crayon and moving it across a piece of paper really, really fast, okay, now what happens if you do that? You kind of get little gaps in the crayon where it's gone across the paper so quickly, okay? And this is kind of how people explained it to me, and basically is what the market's doing. It's moving in one direction really, really fast, and the market hasn't actually got time to rebalance itself and kind of fill in the gap, so to speak. So I'm going to show you kind of how that works on the chart. Because if you just take this section of the chart here, for instance, okay, we've got this candle here and a little bit of a wick on top. And then between that wick on top and the wick of the candle after it, where you've got a little bit of wick below, all you've got here is buying pressure, okay? You've got no selling, you've got nothing there in there at all. And this bit in between, where there's basically a wick there, a wick here, nothing in between, that is what is called a fair value gap or imbalance, okay? And if you look on the chart, they're literally all over the place. And what happens with imbalance or a fair value gap is the market is magnetically attracted to come back to that at a later time so that it can rebalance the markets effectively. Now, if you look at this gap here, I'm just going to drag this over here, and then you look what happened. The market literally came down, wicked this gap, and carried on moving in its direction. It's, as I say, these things are so powerful because the market, it has to come back. There's no alternative. It might not be like this a few hours later or a couple of days later. It could be weeks later or months later, but it will have to come back to that point at some point in time in order to rebalance the markets. Now, if you look, I'm just going to show you, there's another one here. This one here, you've got this candlestick here and this candlestick here with a wick below it. So this section in between, which is basically that bit there, imagine this price action here didn't exist. That there is just pure buying pressure. And what's happened is the market's gone up, it's come down, wicked this imbalance or wicked this fair value gap and carried on moving in the bullish direction as it was before. And again, we come down here, we've got one here below that candle and the wick. Let's just move this over so you can see it a bit more. So we've got the wick coming up to the bottom here, then we've just got buying price action here, and then the next candle here. This here is imbalance, and then straight after that it came down and it was filled in here and the market carried on moving. And as I say, this happens all over the charts, I can just spot them all day long. You've got that one there, it's come down, wicked it. In fact, it's gone a little bit past, because if you actually look closely, we've actually got another small piece of imbalance. I'm just going to zoom in on this so you can see. You've got this bit of imbalance here, but you've also got this tiny piece of imbalance here where this wick comes up and this wick comes down, and you've got this tiny bit of a gap in the middle. Okay, and it's just come down, wicked that gap, and off it's gone. Okay, so literally you can find these fair value gaps all over the charts, all over in every single time frame, every single currency pair, whatever you want to look at, you can find them. So just literally get yourself a chart, go out, have a look, and try and spot these for yourself, and just mark them out and look what happens. Look what happens to the markets after these imbalances. As I say, these have been filled in straight away. This one isn't filled in till over here, which is actually a few days later because I'm on the 4-hour chart. As I say, they don't always get filled in straight away, but they will get filled in at some point. So anyway, I hope you found this video helpful. If you're brand new to this channel, please consider subscribing, and I look forward to talking with you in another video real soon. Take care.